South Korean Semiconductor Industry 2025.
Today, we're plunging right into semiconductors, a really critical industry.
Absolutely. It's basically shaping our future, isn't it? Especially
Mhm.
with AI.
Totally. And, this isn't just silicon we're talking about, it's the foundation for so much.
The bedrock, really.
Exactly. So we've looked at a bunch of sources, and the aim here is to give you that shortcut, that deep understanding of what's happening.
It's moving so fast.
It really is. And the growth is, well, it's staggering. Mostly AI driving it.
Yeah, the numbers are pretty incredible. Just look at Q1 2025.
Okay, what did we see there?
The global semiconductor foundry market, its revenue jumped 13% year over year.
13%.
Yeah, hit $72 billion. It's huge. And it's primarily down to demand for AI and high-performance computing chips,
Mhm.
HPC.
Right, AI and HPC, that makes sense. And it's not just the revenue, is it? The investment side tells the story too.
Oh, definitely. Equipment investments, they soared
Yep.
up 21% year over year in Q1,
21%. Wow.
over $32 billion. That's laying the groundwork for future capacity.
So, more fabs, more machines. What does that mean for wafer output?
Well, the projection is for global front-end capacity to grow about 7% compound annual growth rate through 2028,
Okay, 7% CAGR.
reaching a record 11.1 million wafers per month.
That's a lot of wafers.
It is. And here's the really key part for AI advanced process capacity. So we're talking 7 nanometers and below.
The really cutting edge stuff.
Exactly. That part is expected to jump by roughly 69%.
69% increase in the most advanced chip capacity. What's the main implication there?
It's basically building the engine for next-gen AI. These are the faster, more powerful, more efficient chips needed for the AI capabilities we're, just starting to see.
Got it. It underpins everything.
Right. And looking longer term, the leading edge market, just that top tier, could hit around $1 trillion by 2034.
$1 trillion, doubling from 2024 levels.
Doubling, yeah. Driven by AI, cloud, automotive, all these massive shifts.
Okay, so huge growth driven by AI.
Yeah.
Who are the main players actually making this happen? The big companies.
Good question. Well, TSMC is still the giant.
Right.
They grabbed 35% of the market in Q1 2025. Their revenue grew mid-30% year over year.
Still dominant then, especially in the advanced nodes.
Yeah, strong in 3 nanometer, 4 millimeter processes, and also in advanced packaging, like CoWoS.
Ah, CoWoS, yeah, that's stacking technology for performance.
Exactly. Crucial for AI accelerators.
And then there's Samsung. They seem to be making some really bold moves, right?
They really are. People describe them as anti-fragile, adapting well to these market shifts.
Anti-fragile, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're putting serious money down. They restarted their Pyeongtaek Plant 5, P5.
After a pause.
After a 2-year pause, yeah. It's a massive investment, like over $22 billion.
$22 billion. For what specifically?
It's going to be multi-fabric, DRAM, NAND flash, contact manufacturing, all pushed by HBM and AI chip growth.
HBM high bandwidth memory. Crucial for AI again.
Absolutely. And they're even looking at restarting work on P4, their line 4, converting parts for next-gen HBM.
So really doubling down on memory for AI.
Yeah. And trying hard to get orders from NVIDIA and others. Plus, they're developing this new tech, SOCAM2.
SOCAM2. What's that?
It's a new packaging approach.
Huh?
Could potentially disrupt the HBM market, improve how memory works with AI chips. They're also chasing 2-nanometer GPU orders. Very ambitious.
Okay, so TSMC leading, Samsung aggressively investing. What about SK Hynix?
Also scaling up. They're accelerating their M15X facility build-out, investing in back-end packaging too.
Again, focus on HBM.
Very much so. HBM for AI demand is the name of the game. And Micron's in the mix too, boosting spending on DRAM HBM, building a big packaging plant in Singapore.
It really sounds like intense competition, these AI chip wars.
It is. NVIDIA is still dominating the data center GPU space, over 70%, but AMD is pushing hard.
Fascinating company strategies. But you mentioned geopolitics. How does that fit in, particularly with South Korea?
Right, South Korea is becoming even more central. Its share of the global market jumped to over 21% in 2024.
Driven by that memory boom, HBM especially.
Exactly, and you see it in their Q1 equipment spending too. It was up significantly.
Supported by government policy and investment?
Yeah, big government push, plus record foreign direct investment pledges, $34.5 billion in 2024, mostly in manufacturing.
Sounds positive, but are there challenges? You mentioned geopolitics.
Big challenges. The U.S.-China semiconductor war is a major one.
How does that affect South Korea specifically? They're sort of caught in the middle.
Precisely. They have strong economic ties to China, but a vital security alliance with the U.S. Navigating that is incredibly tricky, especially with supply chains restructuring.
Oh, real balancing act.
It is. And there's another major issue: talent. A critical shortage of skilled semiconductor workers in South Korea.
Why is that happening?
It's partly students preferring degrees like medicine, but also intense international recruitment poaching talent. Some sources are calling it a national security level threat.
Wow. So even with all this growth and investment, finding the people is a huge hurdle.
A massive one. It really puts a question mark on sustaining this momentum.
So, recapping. We've got unprecedented semiconductor growth. AI is the rocket fuel, South Korea central, but facing these twin pressures.
Exactly. Geopolitics on one side, the talent crunch on the other.
It leaves you wondering, doesn't it? As everyone races to build this AI future on silicon, how can the industry actually navigate these geopolitical tensions and find the skilled workforce it desperately needs to hit that trillion-dollar projection?
That really is the key question going forward.